how much, like, what's that release schedule looking like for you as you build back and you kind of like, plan out this next year or two?
My first independent release was in April, and
are you fully independent?
Yeah, I'm fully independent.
Really?
With the distro, yeah.
Shit!
Shout out my dog Barry, man. Yeah. So I own everything now. So like,
okay, that's good. That's good. Hey, listen, I'd like to also extend my platform. I like when artists, especially they've been through hell and back. Now you trying to do it without a label. I hope my platform could be something that's helpful to you in trying to propel you where you want to go. Because you're really going down the path of, this is a path of most resistant, right? After coming from what you came from and you trying to do this independently, they want to see you fail, bro.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying?
Trust. Yeah. Nah, I know. Especially like, still like, no label like wants to see an artist with that much success behind them, like, leave. So it's like, you leave that, like, they're gonna do what they can to not let that shit go how you want it to. But you can't stop when someone got emotion, someone got fans. You can't stop the internet. Like, the internet's gonna do what it does.
Every time you get in the studio these days, are you saying, yo, I'm just looking for the next Notice or Blueberry Faygo, or you're just saying that shit gonna come, I just gotta keep working?
Just gotta. Once you start thinking like that, that's when the music stops sounding good. Like, in my opinion, like, because you just start trying to just chase that shit, and like, you just gotta do it what feels natural. Just make the best shit you can. Like, when I go in the studio, I don't really even, like, I won't even think like, oh, I need to make a rap song. Like, if I want to make a fucking pop song right now, like, or I want to make a rock song, I'm gonna go make a rock song. Like, I don't give a fuck. If one day I wake up and I want to rap like fucking Nas or some shit, like, fuck it, like, that's what I'm gonna do that day. But so you
gotta drop the Meek Mill freestyle, man. You gotta drop the, like, we want to hear the 1942 flows, the dreams of night.
That's what I'm saying.
You looked up to me. Come on now, Meek is the spitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no rules to this shit. Like, fuck it, like, so I just do it what comes natural, and like, I just try to have and that's what I always done. Just make whatever feels natural.
Might be an odd question, but I always go back to those moments where I felt like any glimpse of you, I was just like, yeah, they're torturing this kid. They're torturing him. If they don't get their win, they're gonna rip his soul out. They're gonna kill his fun. Are you having fun now?
I still have my fun, but my fun's a little different these days, honestly. Like, I just enjoy different things. Like, I feel like what I enjoyed 4 years ago is different than what I enjoy now. So,
like what? What do you mean?
Just activities or whatever. Like, whatever I'm doing, like, it's just different. Like, I used to, like nowadays I be playing the game and shit a lot. Like, that's just fun. But when I was younger, like, I didn't play it. Like, I didn't ever like really play games like that. But just shit like that, just different things. Like, going out to the club, like, it's different now.
But are you enjoying? Like, what people won't understand is that the idea of fame and being in this industry, to somebody who's a regular fan, they're like, of course this is fun. You walk down the street, everybody knows your name. Oh, they're going crazy, they're taking pictures with you. They think this is really fun. But some of the byproduct of you being as famous and being so successful, you've seen it's drags you down. Now you went through that, but now you're back at the place of making music. And I guess that's where I was asking what the fun is. Is that still fun for you? Like, is this lifestyle, and you know at this point, the good, the bad, and the ugly that could come from it, is this still fun for you?
Yeah, it's definitely still fun. I mean, some days when you're going through shit, or like, you got to handle like real business shit, or like shit that might not be as fun, like, honestly, still be fun. Like, I'm lucky to be in this position. I'm blessed to be in this position. So like, I'll be having to remind myself, like, okay, like, it might not be as fun as it was a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever, like, but think about what I'm doing still. Like, if I'm going to New York, or like I might be going by myself and I'm like, it's just gonna be boring or some shit, but like, still a blessing. Like, I gotta leave the crib and fly somewhere like new. But there was definitely times, like, especially dealing with that shit, like, shit was not fun. Like, none of that shit was fun. Like, I'm trying to make music, and like, it just wasn't really it. But like,
how much did you lose out on lawyer fees?
A lot of money, bro.
Damn.
A lot of money. And also just like with COVID and
the shit was slow, right?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't perform, like nothing. Like, so COVID and then that shit, like, bro, I lost probably like tens of millions, bro.
Damn.
And it's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I still made a lot of money, but the amount I should be at.
When you think about lost opportunity, it's one of those. Wow. Yo, you're 22 years of age, reasonably and really, really young. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of rappers these days, when we hear about them, they're older than you. However, the generation does switches, right? Like there's always like some new rappers. Do you feel like the current music that comes out, the current vibe, whatever you see the youth is fucking with, do you still think that that's representative of you? Or do you think that, damn, I missed my era, like my era was like from 17 to 20?
No. I ain't no old head. I'm not don't get me wrong, I ain't no I've been doing this shit for a long time, and I'm like, compared to like a lot of these new artists and shit, I've been around way longer than them. But I'm 22. Like, this shit's still the same vibe. Like, we on the same shit. So nah, it's not far off. These fans are all the same. Like, you know, we still got the same motion, the same swag, the same. I listen to all that shit. Like, all these new artists, all these new up and coming artists. Like, I love this shit. Like, this whole new era. Like, I still love it. Yeah, like 2016, 2017 was a different time. Like, it was, if you were old enough to experience that shit, and I was barely old enough to experience it, shit was crazy. But 2024, like, it's a lot of new. It's just different now. It's just different. But I fuck with it.
What's two things you've learned, mostly about the industry, since you've been here? Like, you've been in this shit for like 8 years, damn near. Mm-hmm. What have you learned that now maybe it'll affect your mentality going forward that maybe you just didn't know before?
I mean, I definitely learned a lot with just like, because like we were talking about earlier, when I was like 15 and 16, I signed, and like I didn't really know like nothing. Like, I just kind of over the years just realized how much like I should be paying attention, and like how much people don't tell you, like, when you're working with like certain managers and certain labels, like they're not gonna tell you nothing. Like, and most of us, no matter how old you are, you probably don't know nothing really. Like, it's all new to everybody. Like, most of these rappers, like, they don't really know what's going on. So like, that's like something that all artists kind of have to learn over time, unless they're lucky enough to have somebody who's putting them on a real game. Because a lot of these people just be trying to finesse. Like, will just tell you something. It's like the opposite. Like, so just that's like kind of like the last like 2 years, I've just been like paying attention, and like my new manager Juan G, that's the GOAT, man. He been putting me on a lot of game, and just really, I mean, you had a conversation with him, just learning a lot about this just business shit, and like what's more than just the music shit. Like, the shit goes far, and like that's why I even went independent, because it's just so much like different. Like, I control everything, I make the money, like the shit all goes through me before it goes to anything. So it's just a different game, different world.